Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is a Legacy School Comprehension lesson for Year 6, Week 4. For this lesson, you'll need your comprehension booklet from pages 13 to 16, or comprehension sheet 4. Alright, so our text today is from The Bodyguard by Chris Bradford. A chill wind hit Connor as he emerged from the Excel Center in the Docklands and headed for the bus stop on Freemasons Road. The gray skies were unforgiving, the tail end of winter refusing to loosen its grip. But not even the dismal weather could dampen Connor's spirits. He was the UK kickboxing champion and he had the trophy to prove it. He couldn't wait to show his gran. She was his biggest fan after all. Pulling up the hood of his sweatshirt, Connor shouldered his kit bag and crossed the bridge spanning the Docklands Light Railway. He dodged the traffic on the opposite side and was passing a row of boarded-up shops when he heard a cry for help. Halfway down a littered alley, he spotted a smartly dressed Indian boy surrounded by a gang of youths. It was obvious that a man headed for the train station had also heard the cry, but he hurried past the scene, averting his gaze and not wanting to get involved. Scared of being knifed, thought Connor, and who'd blame him? But Connor couldn't walk away. The strong have a duty to protect the weak, his father had taught him. That was the reason his father had joined the army, and why he had encouraged Connor to take up martial arts. He never wanted his son to be a victim. The gang leader shoved the boy against the alley wall and began to rifle through his pockets. "Leave him alone," shouted Connor. Almost as one, the gang turned to face their challenger. "This ain't got nothing to do with you, mate," the leader said. "Leg it." Connor ignored the warning and strode towards them. "He's a friend of mine." "This raghead ain't got no friends," he said, spitting at the boy's feet, clearly not believing Connor's bluff. Drawing level with the gang, Connor eyeballed the leader. Dressed in baggy jeans and a Dr. Dre t-shirt, the lad was a good few inches taller than him and well built. With his broad chest, bulging biceps, and fists like hammers, the boy, Connor reckoned, could play front row in a school rugby team. If he still goes to school, that is. The rest of the gang, 2 boys and a girl, were less intimidating, but still dangerous as a pack. One boy in Converse trainers, baggy jeans, and a gray hoodie held a skateboard, his face pockmarked with spots. The other wore carbon copy baggy jeans, a puffer jacket, and a red Nike baseball cap, tipped at a too cool for you angle on his bleached blonde hair. The girl was Chinese, with a jet black bob and a piercing through her nose. She wore her dark eyeshadow, emo style, and Dr. Martin boots. She shot Connor a hard stare. "Let's go," said Connor to his new friend, keeping his voice low and even. He didn't want to show how nervous he really was. He might be trained in kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, but he wasn't looking for a fight. His jiu-jitsu teacher had drilled it into him that violence was the last resort, especially when outnumbered 4-1. That was just asking for trouble. The Indian boy took a hesitant step forward, and the gang leader planted a hand on his chest. "You're going nowhere." Frozen to the spot with fear, the boy looked at Connor with wide-eyed desperation. A tense standoff now ensued between Connor and the gang. Connor's eyes flickered to each gang member. His kit bag was ready to protect him in case one of them pulled a knife. "I said leave him alone," he repeated, edging between the gang and their victim. "And I said mind your own business," replied the leader, launching a fist straight at the boy's face. As the terrified boy let out a yelp, Connor moved in and deflected the punch with a forearm block. Then he took up a fighting stance, fists raised, defying the gang to come any closer. Glaring at Connor, the leader broke into a mocking laugh. "Watch out, everyone, it's the Karate Kid." "Don't laugh too soon," thought Connor, unshouldering his bag with the tournament trophy inside. The leader sized up Connor, confident of beating him. He swung a wild right hook at Connor's head. With lightning reflexes, Connor ducked, drove forward, and delivered a powerful punch to the gut in return. The unexpected strike should have floored the gang leader, but he was much stronger than he looked. Instead of collapsing, he merely grunted and came back at Connor with a combination of jab, cross, and upper cut. Connor went on the defensive. As he blocked each attack, it became blindingly obvious that the lad was a trained boxer. Having underestimated his opponent, Connor quickly reassessed his tactics. Although Connor was faster, the gang leader had the advantage of power and reach. And, without gloves, this fight had the potential to become deadly. Just one of those sledgehammer fists could land him in the hospital. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, thought Connor, recalling in jiu-jitsu how a larger opponent could be defeated by using his strength against him. All right, so now that we have read the text, let's go ahead and have a look at the questions. Number 1, what had Connor just won when the story starts? 2, who did he want to show his trophy to and why? 3, why did his father encourage him to learn martial arts? 4, why did the man ignore the gang at first? 5, what do we understand about his father's job? 6, how many members were in the gang altogether? 7, explain why Connor thought the boy could be in the front of the school rugby team. 8, based on what you read about Connor, could we say that he was an aggressive boy? And explain why you think that. 9, what is a bluff and how is Connor trying to bluff? 10, explain fully why Connor had to change his tactics. Use your own words. 11, what does this expression mean? The other gang members wore carbon copy baggy jeans. 12, read the following phrase from the first paragraph, Winter refusing to loosen its grip. What poetic device is used here? Circle the correct option. Is it personification, onomatopoeia, simile, or alliteration? And then find words amongst the underlined words in the text that have the following meanings. Started, appeared or came out, turned away, scary, frightening, very narrow streets between houses. Finally, we have our extension work. Why do you think a lot of people are interested in learning martial arts? What are its benefits, and can you think of any disadvantages? Would you like to learn any? I want you to write a minimum of 50 words and a maximum of 70 words. Good luck!